Originally, I was going to make this episode about MARSS' unexpected 3-0 over the number 1 player in the world. Upon second viewing of Genesis 7's top 8, I noticed how MKLeo was having closer sets with each player than he was before. Everyone was utilizing strong counterplay, not to MKLeo necessarily, but to Joker as a character. Most people will only try to improve at Smash by increasing their knowledge of their own character. However, one of the most important aspects of Smash Bros. Is how characters interact with each other, and their inherent strengths and weaknesses to one another. In other words, character-specific matchups and strategies. Welcome to Smash in Action, where I, Arriba, analyze top player sets in order to dissect the methods and strategies used to win tournaments. Today's episode of Smash in Action will focus on how top players, specifically the top 8 at Genesis 7, utilized matchup knowledge to give them a competitive edge over MKLeo and his Joker. I hope you enjoy. Before we delve into Genesis 7's top 8 matches, we must analyze Joker's preferred method of playstyle and his inherent weaknesses. Joker's strengths rely mostly on his slim body, quick startups, and fast aerial and ground mobility. All of these aspects together make for a really hard character to catch and deal damage to. In addition to this, Joker is no stranger to putting on the damage himself. As MKLeo has previously displayed, Joker's damage output and combo game are no joke.
A lot of these like, oh my god,
dear.
Meister, don't do it. Oh, MKLeo, layup. Is he really gonna do it?
How high are we going?
But
it's at 94.
It was so true, ladies and gentlemen. What an amazing finish.
Going forward, something that cannot be ignored is Joker's ability to call in Arsene. His damage output, juggle game, and kill power all very noticeably improve while he has Arsene activated. Perhaps the only drawback is his recovery being less versatile. Speaking of drawbacks, Joker's drawbacks as a character are mostly evident when he doesn't have Arsene activated. His weaknesses include not having as much range as some other top tiers, lacking in non-streamlined KO options, struggling against small characters, and being edge-guarded. Putting all of these facts into consideration, some players have devised strategies to minimize the time spent dealing with Joker's strengths while abusing his weaknesses. The matches between MKLeo and his opponents were centralized on how well they handled Arsene, dealt with avoiding kill confirms, and edge-guarded Joker. The 4 players that fought MKLeo's Joker all approached their sets similarly, yet used their characters' unique attributes to try to overcome Leo. We will take a look at which strategies succeeded, failed, and why Mars was the one who could 3-0 the best player in the world. Realistically, Joker is most likely going to be able to use Arsene at least once per stock. Knowing this, Samsora, Esam, and Meister focused on killing MKLeo before he could activate additional Arsenes. If any of them ended up dealing with more than 4 Arsenes per match, then they most likely lost the game. Not only were early kills vital to taking games off Leo's Joker, but so was keeping Leo off stage and edgeguarding him consistently. Samsora utilized a combination of turnups and float to both ledge trap and edgeguard Leo. Using characters that have naturally strong offstage abilities, Esam and Meister both made sure to rack up the damage and take stocks using their mobility and a variety of moves that covered large areas. When Arsene did come out to play, all 3 top players made sure to maintain their distance and stall out the time. Esam and Meister both had an advantage in this area, because both could crouch and low profile some of Joker's favorite kill setups and moves. Unfortunately, Meister went 0-3 against Leo because he did not avoid Joker's landing fair as well as he could have. Esam lost his set to Leo because he wasn't willing to play the matchup as slow as it needed to be played. he made several impatient plays that allowed Leo to build Arsene meter and take stocks easier. Samsora would take the winner's side set off of Leo, but in losers, he would end up being 3-0'd, perhaps due to a lack in stamina and just Leo's ability to adapt, which just goes to show that you cannot beat Leo with just one strategy. Going to Grand Finals, one would expect Leo to at least get to a Game 5 against MARSS. However, MARSS displayed his mastery and knowledge over the Joker matchup and 3-0'd the world's best player. MARSS abused all of Joker's weaknesses the best out of everyone. MARSS's general game plan consisted of a combination of two different approaches. If MARSS was behind, he would play slow, utilizing low profiles and ZSS's mobility to dodge kill moves while punishing overextensions. He also was not afraid to stall out Arsene. If they were on the same stock, MARSS would be super aggressive and do everything he could to end stocks even if it meant trading them. This way, Arsene was less effective at building a solid lead. This dual combo strategy ensured that Joker's comeback mechanic had a lesser chance of swaying the battle. In addition to this, of course, MARSS also made sure to edgeguard Joker's linear recovery as everyone else was doing when fighting against Joker.
Oh, finds the back here. The Arsene is gone. Oh, oh my God! Did you?
However, something that not a lot of people did was not show fear to Arsene. Instead of respecting Joker's strengthened attacks, MARSS recognized that most of the time when a Joker has Arsene, they tend to play more carelessly. Leo and most other Jokers have a tendency to rely on Joker's heavily strengthened aerials to take stocks. This results in a somewhat spammy style of play that with proper timing can be easily punished. MARSS just waited for when Leo would overextend and take him off guard with aggression of his own.
Let's give him the side. Oh my God! No 4P just defeat. MARSS is going to take Genesis 7.
The dawning of a new king is upon us.
As you can see, matchup knowledge plays an important role when it comes to winning and losing sets. If there is a character you consistently lose to, try to find ways your main can exploit the weaknesses and natural habits that a character has. If you lose a lot to Joker, then I suppose this episode of Smash in Action is just what you needed. Remember to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and if you want to be updated on the next episode, go ahead and subscribe. Also, leave suggestions for future episodes in the comments below. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.